We are back once again with the longest running Let's Play series on YouTube, on this YouTube channel, and that is Let's Play TNA 2016. We have arrived at the next one night only pay-per-view event, one night only, Lockdown. And just like the old days when TNA's pay-per-views mattered, Lockdown is going to feature a lethal lockdown match with Team Kurt Angle, or Team Rey Mysterio since Rey's the world champion, Team Rey Mysterio against Team Rey Mysterio against Team Rey Mysterio against Team Bram, and Bram's team has Rob Echoes, the Wolves, and Tyrus going up against Ethan Carter III, Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, James Storm, and Rey Mysterio. And I also just realized that I actually don't have pay-per-view hookup in the United States outside of RF Video. So, yeah, I gotta work on that. But for one night, let's just head to the pay-per-view and have it be, have it be this. So, speaking of, first things first, it is the TNA Knockouts title match with Gail Kim defending her title against Brooke. And it starts like this, or it goes like this, with Brooke and Gail Kim having a promo prior to the match, with Gail basically issuing an open challenge to anybody. Here's something I forgot to do. Versus Gail Kim. Mickie James versus Gail Kim. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I developed a new way to do it. I got a new idea for it. The feud's gonna happen, but not the way I originally assumed. And now for one of the more anticipated matchups, the TNA Heritage Championship match is on the line, with Mr. Anderson going up against Eric Young and the Prodigy for the TNA Heritage title. Now, the question is, who gets the win? Well, I just want to share this, that as far as the last 5 months, Mr. Anderson has only lost one match in the last 5 months. And the one match he lost was to Eric Young with the help of the Prodigy this 2 weeks ago on Impact. So, the momentum by far is in the plate of the Prodigy and, well, Mr. Anderson. So, the question is, does the Prodigy lose his first match? And does Anderson retain the TNA Heritage title? Well, my answer is no. Anderson does not retain the Heritage title. But you know what? I'm going to tell you this much. The reason why I would let the Prodigy win is because I don't want his undefeated streak to end in a triple threat match. I want his undefeated streak to end in a one-on-one contest rather than a triple threat. So that's why, even at the expense of Mr. Anderson and Eric Young, You know what? Really? Really, Anderson? He's not even that far behind you. Really, you fucking dick? Are you kidding me? What? Eric, you're winning! Oh. Oh, that's, I was gonna say, I'm confused, but, that's the reason why, and I just want to do this. Anderson gets pinned. Yes, you may know where it's gonna go, and yes, you're probably right, that is where it's gonna go, but let's just wait and see. Now, I just want to say this, I don't think there is any doubt with who's going to win, because one, or is he a main eventer? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 guys are upper mid-carders, and everybody on this team is a main eventer. Everyone on this team, everyone on the babyface team is a main eventer. So the babyfaces are going to get the win. So the babyfaces will get the win. And now, the 6-man tag team match, or the 6-woman tag team match, with Awesome Kong going up against the Dollhouse, or teaming up against the Dollhouse with the Beautiful People, and unfortunately for the Beautiful People, they come up short in the tag team match against Awesome Kong. I mean, against the Dollhouse. I knew I'd get it eventually. Ethan Carter, Ray, Bobby, James, come on, just let me go. Just let me set it up the way I want to. They get their space. Bram, Tyrus, Robbie E, Davey, Eddie. Now I just want to admit that I love Davey and Eddie's feud currently in TNA, but I also just want to mention that currently in TNA, they're a year ahead of me. Almost to the day, they're a year ahead. Because they're in March 2017 and we are in March 2016. So, yeah. Now we keep going. No. Well, I mean, the feuds between Tigre Uno and TJ Perkins, well, that feud actually did not even start yet. And the feud between, Kyle O'Reilly and Zack Sabre just started. That feud just started. So, yeah. I don't know how you could actually, you know, I don't know how you could actually, man the direction. Oh, I remember that match. Lashley is on a 3-match winning streak and has defeated basically everyone I put in front of him in one-on-one competition. Actually, pretty much except Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy. He's defeated everybody except Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy. Yes, you saw it. And yes, this is going to be the start of the decay to get Abyss and Crazy Steve doing something rather than doing nothing. So they're not defending the titles. He's not defending a title. He is. I mean, she is. He is. Alrighty. We still have 29 minutes left to book. Jesus Christmas. I did not have any planned segments ready to go. What happened on the show with Mr. Carino? JB and Mr. Carino. Let's go see the local talent. I remember Jacob Novak from WWE. I'm pretty sure this is Johnny Stamboli, to be honest with you. Johnny Prime. Lucky Cannon. Wow. I remember him too. I thought he was good. Yeah, why not? I need some time occupied. So let's go. Okay. Open challenge match with TJ Perkins. Dropping down the challenge, and the challenge is accepted by Jesse Sorensen. I gotta add some hype videos. So Davey, Eddie, Bram, EC3, Bobby and James. Velvet, Awesome Kong, Madison, Taryn, Jade, and Marty Bell. And also another segment. Jeff Hardy, Jeremy Borash, and him. Matt Hardy is back, baby. Matt is back. And once again is back to make his presence felt inside the six-sided ring. What other match can I book? And I guess Homicide, because he hasn't been booked yet this month, against no, I just started repairing managers. I gotta get Rockstar Spud together. How about you, Chris Melendez? I know. Storytelling. There we go. Lockdown is all set and ready to go. Abyss wins with the Black Hole Slam in a pretty good opener with the help from Crazy Steve. And this is going to be the start of the decay. Now we move to TJ Perkins as TJ's escapade to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is the best cruiserweight in TNA and all over this world. He's looking to be the one who finally ends the reign of Tigre Uno. And he's proving himself once again against one of the better cruiserweights in this area, that being Jesse Sorensen. Or testing himself again tonight, this time against Jesse Sorensen. I'm very much disappointed. I thought they would be popular enough to where they could get a good rating. You know, in the match, in the segment, not the match. The match, meh. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, the match wasn't that bad. Unfortunately, Jade did terrible. I don't know how. Jade only got a 28. Kong, of course, did the best, but, you know, I'm not going to let a real stable lose to a fake stable. There's a reason for that. Especially when Kong's the one who took the fall. But either way, the feud continues on that front. And then we move backstage to the Babyface's locker room, where EC3, Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, James Storm, and Rey Mysterio are strategizing for Lethal Lockdown later tonight. And now we move back to the ring, where Gail Kim, the TNA Knockouts champion, makes her way out to the ring and issues an open challenge to anybody backstage to come out to the ring and face her one-on-one for the Knockouts title. And Brooke accepts the challenge, and this gets to Gail Kim versus Brooke for the Knockouts title, and Gail gets a good match out of Brooke in her second defense as Knockouts champion. And now we move to the impromptu contest with Homicide up against Chris Melendez, and Melendez comes up short against against Notorious 187. And now, a segment that I'm sure all of us have been waiting for. Jeff Hardy makes his way down to the ring, because he said earlier tonight on ImpactWrestling.com that he knows when his brother's coming back, and he's coming out to make an announcement regarding the future of the Hardy Boys in TNA. And as Jeff talks about the history that the Hardys have in the wrestling business, then he moves to the history that both he and his brother have in TNA. And before he can continue and start talking about singles careers, the lights go down, and when they come back up, Matt Hardy comes back in the ring with a new look, and he attacks his brother, beating down Jeff in the middle of the ring. Luckily, JB can escape. I know Josh Matthews would have probably enjoyed seeing JB get his ass kicked, but either way, JB escapes, allowing Matt to beat down his brother right in the middle of the ring, leaving people wondering, number one, why the hell does Matt look the way he does, and number two, seems like Matt made up his own mind, and the question is, where has he been for almost the last 2 months? So now we move to the next match as Eric Young continues. Eric Young moves the Heritage title into the next step of its travel through TNA and its next step through its lineage, because he ends the 5-month reign for Mr. Anderson as Heritage Champion. And technically, even though he didn't take the loss, this is the first match since he came to TNA that the Prodigy did not come out on the winning end. but he did not take the loss, so technically the Prodigy is still undefeated. But either way, Eric Young is the new TNA Heritage Champion. And this is Eric Young celebrating the fact that he is Heritage Champion, and once again holds gold in TNA. But I just want to mention this before I go to the strategy session with the heels. The reason why I took the belt off of Mr. Anderson is because at this point he really didn't have anybody else to face. I mean, I was grasping at straws for Eric Young, and as far as the Prodigy goes, I mean, I know most of you know he's Ken Doane, or Kenny Dykstra, or whatever the heck you want to call him. I know most of you know that. But I've really enjoyed how, his segments, how good his matches have gotten. It's surprised me since he debuted with TNA, and that's why I was thinking about giving him the title. But the reason why I decided not to is because, well, him winning would have, you saw it earlier in the video, him winning would have pissed off Eric Young and Mr. Anderson. So I didn't really want to piss off both of them, so I just gave the belt to Eric Young. What's going to happen next with the title? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. And by the way, this is a strategy session with the heels about the War Games, Lethal Lockdown later tonight. And speaking of Lethal Lockdown, it's the video package promoting the match and the feuds that we have seen going into this match with the Wolves, Beer Money, Ethan Carter, and Bram. And just Bram going against Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio, trying to stand up against the veterans and saying that he's not waiting for his spot, he's going to take it by taking them out of it. And now we move to the next match. It's the main event. Lethal Lockdown. And, like I mentioned earlier, the babyface team wins because of the status of the heel team. It really wouldn't have worked out very well letting the heels win. Not saying that the heels didn't deserve it and don't deserve to win. It's just that with most, if not all of them being upper mid-carders, it would have been tough to put them over main eventers, especially upper-level main eventers, like Ray, Kurt, and EC3. And possibly Bobby Roode. I don't remember where his popularity is. But let's see what we got. I get it, but it was just fitting for the show. A final rating of 72, and we increased our popularity in 27 regions. Another good show for TNA. It seems like my direction is getting over with the company as we continue through TNA's this Let's Play series. But before we go, I just wanted to make this announcement. The last episode of TNA was episode 20. And also, I think either the mid part or the end of next month, that being April, in real life, let me clarify, that being April, well, plain and simple, I think it's getting to the point where it's almost time to wrap up TNA. And put a nice bow on it, send it on its way, and move on. So what I'm going to say is this, that episode 30, the next milestone episode for this series, will be the finale episode for Let's Play TNA 2016. So, if you're still enjoying the series, great, that's awesome. I love you guys. I love you guys for supporting the series like you have, but it's getting to the point where it's time to give it up and time to close the door on TNA 2016. Now, I may go back to TNA even after the series is done, just like I did with WCW 91, or just like I've done with WCW 91. It depends on if I continue it myself. Right now, I'm shooting for Slammiversary to be the final episode of this series. Even if I have to get to episode 31, still, it'd be the final episode of the series. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, because right now, I just want to know what you guys think of the series so far, and what you thought of TNA Lockdown. let me know what you thought down in the comment section below, because as always, feedback is more than welcomed and appreciated. But if you don't want to leave a comment, you can always leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time. Later.